So we're here at Lake Baillie on an incredibly sunny day, and the Three Lakes Challenge is I guess it's a little bit like the Three Peaks. You know, they've selected the three longest lakes, one in Scotland, one in Wales and one in England, and now, having retired from being a full-time athlete at canoeing, I'm taking the opportunity to go canoeing just for the fun of it, really, and I figured, you know, it'd be nice to have a crack at that and see what it was all about. It's a nice way to see the world from the water, and I think whilst on the other ones we're going to go end to end, and I'm definitely going to look at the weather and pick the direction with the following wind. Actually at Baillie, where we are today, is the smallest of the lakes. We're going to do a full lap of the lake and start and finish in the same place, which should be really nice. And it's the first time I've come up here onto the lake, and it's just so peaceful. Well, we're just sort of I guess just over halfway around, and getting a little bit tired, and realised there was a train track here, so we thought we'd stop and get the train home instead of having to paddle all the way back. But yeah, unfortunately it's a bit small. I mean, it's an incredible day. We've been really lucky with the weather. Wiping the bugs off, cleaning the boat a little bit to make sure we don't transfer anything to the next lake. I'm at Windermere today, and we paddled Lake Baillie yesterday, and the weather today is very different. When I was at Baillie yesterday, it was like glorious sunshine, and today it's really pretty rainy and quite windy out there. So I'm going to go from Ambleside to Fellfoot, decided on that direction because of the wind direction. I'm going to take a little waterproof video camera with me and make a video blog as I travel down the lake, because I think quite interesting to capture the variety of different scenery, and also, you know, I think it's quite different along the lake how populated it is and that sort of thing. Not been going very long, to be honest, so there's not too much to report. Been paddling for about 15-20 minutes, and got a pretty cool castle over here that's just about to disappear from view in the trees. Just see the top of that, and generally pretty amazing scenery all the bit behind. It's really cool, kind of shrouded in clouds. It's not actually raining yet, and the wind's pretty mellow, so yeah, just getting started, and I'll go a bit further and see how it is. I've just realised I probably should have looked at a map of the lake before I set off paddling down it, because I've come to a sort of, there's like a marina in front of me, and I was coming down to it, and it's very difficult to tell which way the lake actually went. So that's a top tip for anyone setting out to do this. Definitely look at the map before you set off. I think I'm actually supposed to go out that way, so I'll head over there in a minute. But also learning a bit more about my equipment. I've used the paddle clip for the first time. So you just clip a bit of elastic over your paddle. I've managed to have a quick chat with the skipper of a little sailing boat and actually discovered where I am. So this behind me is Bowness. There's some pretty nice big white building there, and like a marina and another marina and a dock where the sort of tourist tours go from. Quite a lot of interesting things to keep you occupied on the bank. Got a ferry just over there, maybe. It's started to rain pretty heavily now, so I've put my hat back on to keep warm. Been passing quite a lot of really cool, interesting stuff. Some really nice little boat houses just down by the waterside, and now coming past a this thing. I'm not sure what it is. Some sort of stone building. It's pretty nice. It says Nelson on it. Probably gonna have to ask the internet about that later because I don't know exactly what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, the weather's kind of a bit nastier now, but that is the beauty of canoeing, you know, you're dressed in waterproof stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter how hard it's raining, it's all good. You can just about see that end of the lake behind me still, way back where, those are the mountains at that end of the lake anyway, and I think I can now see the finish of the lake as well. Today I paddled from Amberside to Felfoot because of the wind direction, and you know, actually there was enough wind to be a little bit helpful, but it certainly was pretty calm conditions. Is the weather here often as calm as this, or is it normally a bit windy?
No, you say prevailing conditions actually from the south here normally, so you were really rare to get a northerly wind.
Right.
But yeah, when you've got a lot of fetch, you've got 11 miles of lake there, so the wind can really pick up some waves. The southern basin is very different to the northern basin, and then the different shorelines give you a really different perspective and different views of the hills and the mountains and the local scenery. National Trust have been working with Go Canoeing now for a number of years, and we're really excited about it. It's a great opportunity to bring two things together. It's getting people into the outdoors, it's getting people to be in the environment, to appreciate it, and it's a great place. If you come here with your family, you come and sit and you want to have a picnic, but there's somebody there offering you a canoe hire, there's no more barriers there, there's nothing more stopping you from going there. The canoe's there, the paddle's there, the buoyancy is there, the sunny weather's there, the beautiful lake's there. You get inspired by the outdoors, you get inspired by the opportunities that we're providing for people.
I'm on Loch Orr this morning, third lake in the challenge, and well, the first two lakes, Baillie and then Windermere, have been you know, really scenic, but this is something else. I've been going about half an hour so far. It's a pretty incredible view, and just here where I've stopped there's a bit of a ruin on a hill. So for this loch, because it's a bit longer, after getting a little bit lost on Windermere, I decided I'd actually make a map. So this is the start at this end, and that's the finish. And I think I might be roughly coming up to here at the moment. Haven't passed any islands yet, so perhaps back a bit further even. So it shows it's going to be probably a bit of a long paddle, to be fair. Yeah, I've just come up to the islands. So that's pretty cool because they're a really obvious feature on the map. Here's the islands. So unfortunately it looks like that's about a third of the way at most along the loch. So I've got, I guess, perhaps another 4 hours to go. Yeah, I wanted to get on and do some paddling after seeing where I was on the map, but I just had to take some film of this. It's a really cool, some sort of semi-ruin on the island, on a island. There's the other island behind us, and then this one's got, yeah, cool building. It's 2:10 now, and we started around 9, so yeah, I've been going for a while. The scenery is still like absolutely breathtaking. Like, I don't think you'll be able to see it. There's actually a dam up there in the ball of that mountain, and hopefully just around that corner there'll be a castle on a spit of land, but I'm not entirely sure yet where I am, despite having a really detailed map. Yeah, I was absolutely mistaken in my last video where I thought the castle was going to be around the next corner. It definitely wasn't, so I paddled for about another hour and a half, past some quite cool islands and stuff, and still, like, I mean, yeah, the scenery just goes on and on. If you look up there, it's just like very dramatic weather conditions. I've been pretty lucky, it's hardly rained, like spit a little bit now and at the start, but yeah, I'm pretty worn out now. Well, it started to rain, but I don't mind because that's actually that in front's the castle that I've been trying to get to. So the sort of paddle actually finishes on the left down there, under a railway bridge, but yeah, gonna detour off the racing line for a moment to go and explore the old castle ruin. I am somewhat proud of pretty much having done it now. I'll just make sure I finish it off before I count my chickens.
Well, Tim, welcome to the head end of Loch Awe. What on earth have you been doing?
Well, it's a good question. It's only been a very recent ambition of mine to paddle the full length of Loch Awe. It's a long way actually.
So Loch Awe is the third biggest loch in Scotland, but far and away the longest. Even longer than Loch Ness, which is commonly thought to be the longest loch in Scotland, but Loch Awe beats it by 2 or 3 miles in fact. And I mean the beauty of doing the trip from the southwest is commonly you'll have the prevailing wind pushing you in the right direction, and that means that as you come right up to the head of the loch, you come round the final corner and there's Kilhern Castle dominating the skyline, welcoming you and signifying your journey's end.
It's quite a long paddle, Loch Awe. The loch is so long here that under different weather conditions you could have very different experiences. Yeah, I think the Three Lakes Challenge as a whole it's a really nice setup. I think it's definitely best to do it in the order that I did it. Baillie is the smallest, the shortest paddle. Good start, gave you a taste for what you were getting into. Windermere was like very, very scenic again, quite busy. So I guess that, provided some interest in terms of there was other boats around and things going on and stuff to look at. And then Loch Awe, I think it is the hardest challenge of the three undoubtedly. If you had bad weather on that, then it would be a really tough challenge, I think. Yeah, the beauty of nature revealed. I mean, you can't get away from it, just some absolutely beautiful, breathtaking scenery.